Okay, I am back again. So here I am with this using math to lose weight. As everybody knows, I mentioned that I went on a fast on Monday. I lost 3.4 pounds the first day. I should have only probably lost about a half a pound, so 2.9 pounds was water weight due to allergens that I had eaten on Sunday. Yesterday, overnight, I did my calorie restriction and my time restriction eating. I just consumed about 1,000 calories to tap into the energy that's being stored on my body in the way of fat. I can't help but chuckle. And so from that, you know, doing this intermittent fasting as well as a calorie restriction, I went down another 1.4 pounds. Now, keep in mind, I should have probably lost only a half a pound based on the calories alone. Welcome back, Mary and um, Jules. I'm just doing this little quick weight thing, and there you go. Just add meat and then carbs. Well, just so you know, my fast is a little different. I'm not trying to restrict carbs, fat, or protein. I'm literally eating everything as I normally would. What I am restricting is the portion size and how much I eat. So I'm trying to eat take the same habits of what I'm eating, but I'm trying to balance it where I am eating fruit, which has carbs. I'm trying to stick with 1 to 5 ingredient items. So like eggs is one ingredient, bacon's one ingredient. So I'm trying to simplify what it is I'm eating to these pure ingredients, because I think a lot of what's causing this inflammation and problems in our body is all these various chemicals that are in our foods. So if you can cut back on those allergens, I think it helps your body be at a healthier state of being. And frankly, if you can cut back on those allergens, I think in excess eating of certain things like carbs, you can help your gut bacteria. See, a lot of people don't realize that your gut is the second largest organ. It's the second most important organ in your body because it communicates everything going on in your body with regards to nutrition and food. And there's these bacteria that are basically processing all your food in your gut. They kind of duke it out, and they all want to take control of multiplying within your gut. And so if you eat too much beer, you like that? I did that on purpose. Because beer is like bread. So if you drink too much beer, carbs, or you eat too much beer or drink too much bread, you'll have a lot of bacteria that likes to feast on carbs. And so when you kind of start to balance your diet out with different fats or proteins, you will find that some of that bacteria gets angry, right? And this is why you start to have some hungers at times, or you get brain fog. Some people experience brain fog when they cut the amount of carbs in their body, because you're trying to get energy from other sources. So let me tell you, in 2 days, I was at 202.2 on Monday morning, and I weighed in today 4.8 pounds lighter. So 197.4. Yeah, 197.4. And so I'm estimating that I lost 3.8 pounds of water. Now, why is that significant that I lost 3.8 pounds of water? Well, if I'm losing water, okay, I may be thinking, wow, this is great, I'm losing weight. No, I'm not losing weight. I just lost water. The bigger question should be, why am I losing water? What was I doing that I was retaining the water? And I was retaining the water because I was eating too many things that my body isn't good at processing. So I was inflamed. And when you're inflamed, you have other issues with regards to how your body processes and stores fat. So I really suggest that if you start keeping track of what this looks like in Excel, and this is something I will need to get online as well, and you keep track of how much of your daily weight fluctuation is due to water and how much of it's due to either extra exercise or movement, and how much of it's because of calorie restriction. it'll give you an idea of what to pay attention for in your food that you're eating. Now, please keep in mind that as you recalibrate your body, and this is why I'm not working out right now for the next 30 days. I'm not trying to do anything complicated. I'll just do a lot of movement through walking and stuff. But the reason for that is when you go to calorie restriction because you have excess fat on your body, if you ingest the food, your body doesn't have to work very hard to process it in your stomach, right? It just kind of shows up, it does its thing, and then it throws it into your bloodstream as energy. Well, if you only consume half of what you should in calorie intake, or even below that, then your body has to send out workers, and they have to go chip it away from your fat cells. And so when you're going out, when you have this crew, it's kind of chipping away at all this fat in your body. It uses more energy, number one. But number two, it's going to be fatiguing on your body. Because think about it, it's kind of like chipping away excess stone on a monument. It's just kind of like it's gonna be rough. It's not any different than why people undergo bruising and pain after a surgery, right? Some people have liposuction and they're all bruised up and they look pretty battered. Well, your body, when it goes and gets energy from fat storage, it's kind of like having its own version of liposuction, right? It's doing it for you instead of a doctor doing it, but it's fatiguing. And that fatigue is why I suggest, at least for me, this is what I do for myself. You should talk to a doctor with all this, is you take a hot bath. If you take a hot bath, you basically relieve some of the stress and the fatigue from all that being done to your body. And then, as that happens, I think that you get the benefit of additional calories being lost. An hour and a hot bath is the equivalent of walking for a half an hour. I think you burn about 130 calories. And since there's about 3,500 calories per pound, it's a big deal. After a month, if you take a hot bath every night, you'll lose about 1 pound. And that's doing nothing but enjoying, relaxing, decompressing. And obviously you can read in there as well. So how much water am I drinking? I try to drink at least eight glasses a day. I make sure that I do not have I don't take too big of a glass or pitcher. I make myself walk. So at work, I just go and walk and refill my water as frequently as I can. That's how I get my steps in, since I'm always sitting at a desk. And so I try to get movement that way. And sometimes if I'm making coffee, I'll get the coffee thing going and I'll walk literally all the way around the office and then back while my coffee's brewing instead of just standing there waiting. So I try to do these little things to get the steps in, because I happen to be in a profession where I sit around a lot. And so I agree with the collagen, and that goes into the smoothies. So right now I'm trying to do that restriction. I'm not really having too much of that right now. Thanks, Missy. I hope you're doing well as well. And so with that, what I'll do is tomorrow I'm going to kind of go through some of the calories per different types, how many calories there are, and how, what 100 calories of protein versus carbs versus fat are, and how much energy your body expends in processing different things, and how by just moving around those numbers a little bit, you can lose additional weight by just changing the composition of the foods that you're eating, not even reducing the number of calories that you eat, but changing the composition. And I think this is one of the reasons why some people go on these diets of eating only certain things like proteins. And so, this is, I'll help explain the math behind why these statements are made tomorrow. So with that, thank you everybody for chiming in. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.